Hello, hello. So I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I'm a little discombobulated because I can't find my tripod for my phone, which is really crazy because it literally sits on my desk and never goes anywhere because I never use it anywhere else other than this room. So I'm a little perplexed. I was looking for that, never did find it. So right now I'm just using my incense holder as a phone stand and it's working just fine. So that is that. Give me 1 second here to get set up, let a few people join. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Okay. Perfect. We're good. We're live. Okay, cool. So I wanted to get on here and have a little chat about boundaries because I see so many questions in the hair forums that at the end of the day, it's all boundary issues when it comes down to it. The fact that the client feels comfortable saying those things to you, that's a boundary issue. The fact that the client feels comfortable haggling you with price, the fact that the client expects an immediate response from you, those are all things that we have conditioned our clients to expect from us because you teach people how to treat you. And that used to be how I lived my life too. I was a slave to my business and my clients basically. And the thing is, I know that none of you got into this industry to hate it, right? Like we got into this career because it's fun and it gets to be fun and it's amazing and we get to be creative and we get to talk to people all day and we get to make works of art and we get to do all these amazing things. So I know that none of you got into this industry because you wanted to completely revolve your life around work and people that didn't respect you and completely live out of fear that you might not be able to pay the bills if you piss one person off. Like, I know that that is not why anyone got into this industry. So, a few things I want to touch on is, one, people do not get access to you at all times, period. People do not get unlimited access to you, meaning you don't have to be available all the time, nor should you be. The client texts you after hours, cool, don't respond. The client sends you a message after hours, don't respond. The very, very first step in creating boundaries with your clients is, one, setting the terms, right? So like, for example, I'll just give you an example. For salon clients, I have a completely separate phone. They do not even have, like, hey, hi, this is my business phone. They do not get access to my personal phone because I want to be able to turn them off at the end of the day when I get home. Now, I realize if that's not an option for you, if you don't have a separate phone for that, one, I would really, really suggest doing it. Like, get the cheapest phone. Like, you can get, I think I got this phone free. Like, you can get get the cheapest phone there is that just has calls and texts, whatever. That expense will pay for itself with your peace of mind. And the one thing that I've learned over and over and over again is the more peace you create in your life, the more joy you have, the more money you make, period. Like, when you are running yourself ragged, running yourself to the bone, busy, you know, it may be an ego boost. Like, it may make you feel super important, but at the end of the day, like, it's false. That is a mirage, because that's two things, one of two things or both. One, some part of you is feeding off of that energy of feeling important, feeling like, oh, well, no one else can, I have to be there for these clients because they need me to do their hair. They tell me no one else can do it right. Like, and there's a little part of you, even if overall, like, the situation sucks, there's a little part of you that gets a little ego boost out of that. Or number two, you are so terrified to lose even one client that you will just completely sacrifice all mental health to not risk pissing anyone off in the slightest way. And to both of those things, I say that is no fucking way to live. Hey, Jess. So, first things first is you set the terms in regards to when and how clients have access to you. So if you don't have a separate phone, I would suggest getting one. If that is not an option, I would suggest turning off notifications on your phone. Like, turn them off and just turn them on for people. Like, you can have do not disturb and turn on people you do want to hear from. So sometimes I'll do that. I'll turn off all my notifications on my phone and only, make the exception for a few people, because if I'm in the mode to, like, I don't want to talk to people, it's my rest day, whatever, I don't want to be contacted, I make it so that I don't even get notifications. 2, turn off notifications on your social media for always and forever. Like, only check that shit when you are in the space for it. Only go into your messenger inbox and only open messages from clients when you are in business mode, in business hours. And so in that regard, set the terms as far as when you are responding to business messages. So for example, I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, every other Saturday in the salon. Mondays, I check my business phone in the mornings and I check it in the afternoon, respond, whatever. Tuesdays, I have it on me in the salon, like I will check it between clients, whatever, check it last thing before I leave. Wednesdays, have it on me in the salon, checking it between clients, check it at the end of the day before I leave. Thursday, completely off. Like, I do not read a text on my business phone. I do not open it. That is my me day. That is my off day. I am unavailable on Thursdays and you will not get a response from me. I won't even open your message. Friday, same thing. Friday, same thing as the other work days. Saturday, same thing. Sundays, I don't check it. And then we're back to Mondays. So on my messages, I say you'll receive a response within 48 hours. I set the expectation that I am not always available. And so that way when I am, I will check and I will get back to clients. And then they'd never have the expectation of me that I am at their beck and call. Ever. Even with my coaching clients, there's a specific platform that we refer to for work messages in between calls, and I don't do work over DM, period. And so, like, those are boundaries that I set because those are the terms on which I want to live my life. And when I am in business mode, that's when I do business things, but I do not do business things when I'm not in business mode. So you set the terms of what you're okay with, and you have to respect those own boundaries, and you do not have to be available, nor should you be available at all times for clients to be able to contact you and access you. Like, your energy is important, your peace of mind is important, and people don't get access to you just because they want it. No, you are far too important for that. Like, you do not have to be held hostage to anyone, anything. And the good news is, you get to change these terms with the clients you already have just by doing things differently. You attract what you accept, right? So this was not always my reality. I used to play the same song and dance that almost everybody plays, where I felt like I had no peace. I was always on, always answering client messages. The busy, doing all the things. And people don't respect you when you do that. Your clients don't respect you. They may say they love you. They may say you're the only one who can do their hair, but really, they don't respect you. They expect you to be there for them. They expect you to be at their beck and call. And it's just you can change that. You can change that by showing up differently and by respecting your own boundaries. So that's number one, is do not be available at all times. Do not respond immediately, like, period. Don't. Even if you can, give it a minute, because you don't want to set that expectation that you are always available. People will wait. They'll wait 24 hours to hear a response from you. And your clients that are not used to that, like let's say they message you and then they keep messaging you because they don't respond right away, you could let them know, like send them a text like, hey, just want to let you know I got your message. Or maybe just like, thank you so much for responding, or thank you so much for your message. It's been received and I will respond during business hours. And then that can be the thing that you start doing to let people know, like, hey, we're not doing this all the time anymore. I'll respond to you during business hours. Regarding pricing and hours, again, you set the terms and the answer is no. If someone refuses to pre-book and then they come in or they message you and they want you to squeeze them in, the answer is no. This is why we pre-book. So you make them wait till your next opening, and then guess what? They're going to pre-book, because as long as you are always willing to bend, that does not give them any reason or any incentive to be any different. And at the heart of this, at the end of the day, what I hope you take from this is that you deserve to fucking enjoy your life. Period. You are no one's pocket stylist. You are at no one's beck and call. You are a damn professional running a business, and it is not your whole life. It's not. And the more you start saying no, the more you will attract a higher vibration, a higher caliber of person that respects that. Think about it. Which person do you think is more important? The person that answers you immediately, or the person that takes 24 to 48 hours to get back to you? You respect that second person more. I don't care how much you wanted a response. You think that second person is more important. And it's not that they are more important. It's that they value themselves enough to not be at your beck and call. And we fucking respect that. Whether it's a conscious thing or not, we respect the fuck out of people who value themselves and who hold their boundaries. So, in terms of, so like I talked about before, hours. Your hours are your hours. No, I can't squeeze you in. This is my first available. No, I won't stay late. No, I won't come early. This is why I need you to pre-book so that you make sure to get your time. And so pre-booking, that just sets you up for success. That's your job security. Like, no one should be leaving your salon ever without pre-booking, because then that sets you up to get to the beginning of the month and see a full book of clients versus getting to the beginning of the month and having a completely empty book and having to do that thing where you scramble to fill it. Sorry, I see a message pop up there. Okay. So all that to say, that's why pre-booking is so important. That's why you can let your clients know, like, hey, this is why I really suggest pre-booking, because that guarantees that you get the spot you want. So your hours are your hours, period. People will work within them. And if you want to change your hours, fucking change them. I see all the time, I know we have to work nights and weekends, but do you think I could ever take off a Saturday? Like, fuck that. No, you work what hours you want to work, and people will bend around them. They will always make it work. They just want you to think they won't, so that they don't ever have to make any changes. So they don't ever have to be slightly inconvenienced. But guess what? When their feet are held to the fire, they're gonna make it work. And I've never in my entire career worked more than one evening a week, ever. And more than every other Saturday. I've never worked every Saturday in my career. I have a daytime clientele. I work 15 to 20 hours a week. At this point now, I make $400 to $500 per service. I see 2 to 3 people a day. I make fucking bank, because I decided that I'm no longer going to settle for anything less. And this was not always my reality. 4 years ago, I was charging $70. Like these are changes that I decided to make because I or that I decided I was making, and I was not settling for anything less. And there was no other option. Like, I'm only gonna work on people I love. I'm only gonna work on people who value and respect me. And I'm only gonna do it within these hours, and I'm gonna make this much money, and there's no other choice. And as long as you're willing to settle for less, you're gonna get less. But when you start saying no to the things you don't want, and only yes to things that are a fuck yes in your soul, that's what your books are going to fill with. But as long as you are continuing to accept people who don't expect you or don't respect you, people who don't want to pay your prices, people who want you to bend around them, that's what you're going to attract, because it's law of attraction. What you are available for energetically is what you will receive. Think about it as like the lowest vibration that you're available for, that's what you're going to get. So even though you want these higher vibe things, if you're still willing to say yes to this, you're going to get this still. Let's see. I stopped working nights, and all of my clients that could never make daytime appointments can now make any time available. Exactly. They will make shit work. People can make shit work. They just don't want to. And so as long as you give them the option, they won't. They don't care about you. And that's the thing. They don't care about the fact that you don't have any evenings at home. They don't care about any of that shit. They want convenience. Which, cool, if you can provide them convenience, do it. Absolutely. I am so accommodating to my clients within my boundaries, but not outside of them. And so, I can't tell you how many coaching clients, stylist clients I've worked with that have been so terrified to implement their cancellation policy because the client said, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm going to find a new stylist. And I'm like, no, do it. You said this. You said you have to follow through. You have to show up for yourself. That is the most fucking important thing, showing up for yourself. And guess what? The clients 90% of the time fucking pay the cancellation fee, or they keep their appointment. But their bark is worse than their bite. And you have to be willing. Here's the thing too, though, guys. You have to be willing to lose people who don't respect you over this. And I damn sure hope you are. I damn sure that you are ready and willing to kick people out of your life that don't respect you, because you fucking deserve to love your life and to be respected. And for every client that leaves because they don't respect you, you're gonna have more come in, and those people are gonna pay more money. They're gonna bring you coffee, they're gonna bring you flowers. Like, it is insane, you guys, the level of person that I deal with now in my salon. Only people who respect the fuck out of me. They love me. They bring me coffees all the time. They bring me flowers. They bring me snacks. They pay tons and tons. They expect to pay $300, $400, $500 for their appointment. And that was all always available to me. I just didn't believe I was worth it. And so instead of expecting that people would show up for me like that, I settled for the people who treated me like shit and made the snide comments and wanted the deal and blah, 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 blah. But there is another option, but you have to start saying no to these people first. Like, now, I could never even dream of any of my clients making a snide passive-aggressive comment, making a comment about my prices, nothing, because I am not available for that. It is not fucking acceptable. And it's just from the very energy I exude from the minute they contact me. It's everything I put in place is to weed out people who are going to be like that. From the minute they contact me, I tell them what their price is going to be. I tell them their cancellation policy. I tell them I require a card on file. All of these things I put in place to let them know that I am serious, and this is a serious business. And if you are not serious, then I'm not the stylist for you. And so then they book their appointments, and guess what, you guys? I go fucking above and beyond. You get the moon when you book an appointment with me. You get hours of my time. You get details. You get the fucking red carpet rolled out for you, because that's how I roll, right? Like, I do a few people and I make it an amazing, extravagant thing, and we're all fucking happy. They love it. They leave feeling like royalty. I leave with a fuck ton of money, and I only work with people who absolutely enjoy me and I enjoy them. And those types, here's the thing. The type of person that is like that is respectful of your boundaries. It's like, it's so weird, but it's like all the worst things are tied in together. Like your clients that don't respect your boundaries are also the clients that want you to squeeze them in last minute and that want a discount and that make the comments. Like those are the people that are the absolute worst in all the ways. And once you hold your boundaries and you weed all that bullshit out, well, then you get the people who not only respect all those things, but like they love to pay money for their hair. They love to pay you. They love the fuck out of you. They want to bring you gifts on top of paying for their hair. So, it's all tied in. And so all that to say, setting your boundaries and sticking to them is going to attract a higher level of person. No discount ever. No discount ever. So that leads me into the next thing I want to talk about, Nicole. Thank you for bringing that up because I would have just kept going on that for who knows how long. Your prices are your prices are your prices are your prices are your prices. There is no discount. There is no haggling. None of that shit. So like, I want to share a story with you guys that happened just last week. So it was a client who I'd done her hair in the past. She's kind of one of those that pops in sporadically. She doesn't get her hair done very often. I've been doing her hair for a very long time from when my prices were completely different than they are now. But also she's been with me she's gotten her hair done at my prices, what they are now. She knows what they are. So anyways, she messaged me a few weeks ago wanting to book an appointment. Got her on the books. The day before her appointment, she sent me a message and she was like, hey, just to let you know that I separated from my husband 2 months ago. So I can only afford $125 for my service. So if that means we don't have to get a haircut, that's fine. Just want to make sure that'll be enough. Okay, so first of all, guys, and actually I'd love to know from who's watching. Before I tell you the story, I'll tell you how it all played out. Who would have said yes? Okay, I'll do it. Give me a 1 in the comments if you would have said yes, and give me a 2 if you would have said no, I can't do it for that price. So 1 if you would have said yes, I'll do it. 2 if you would have said no. So they, she knows my prices, and that was intentional. That was intentional, right? Like she knew when she booked her appointment that what her budget was. It was just like 2 weeks before, so she knew that she knew what her budget was, right? This wasn't something that came out of nowhere. And like, first of all, I have all the grace in the world for my clients for emergency situations, because the thing is, like, that's not an issue anymore. Like, it's really not. So when things do happen, I have all the grace in the world, but this is not that type of situation. And but the answer, like, I would never have discounted. I would have like let her out of the cancellation policy, but I would in a different situation, but I would never have discounted. And so she did that on purpose, right? Like she wanted to good, yay, I love all the 2s that I'm seeing. So she did that and waited last minute because she thought that I'd have a higher chance of saying yes, right? And so I just responded with the service, the touch-up will be $200. Or I think I said, like, I'm sorry to hear about your divorce. The touch-up will be $200. Do you need to cancel? And what did she respond with? No, I'll borrow the money. Okay, cool, but I just won't do the cut. So normally I let that slide, and I just let her know that going forward in the future, I do require 48 hours to make any changes or any changes to the services for my own, planning and budgeting purposes. And she said, okay, we'll do, no problem. But the thing is, I'm so glad so many of you said too, I wouldn't do that. A lot of stylists would, and there's nothing wrong with that, but here's the deal. It's the mentality of some money or no money, right? Like it's 24 hours, less than 24 hours before, I'm not going to fill the spot, so I might as well just do it and make something, right? Like that's what a lot of people would think. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is just how I operate. But there's a third option. And the third option is believing that that will be made up. And it always is. Like I do not wiggle on my prices. I do not wiggle or budge on anything. And if people have to cancel, it's always made up. It's made up with the next person adding on a $200 treatment. It's made up with someone coming in buying $300 worth of retail. Like that shit happens to me all the time because I expect it to, and the universe delivers, because I'm just like, nope, this isn't, my time is worth this much per hour. And I'm not doing, like, if I'm not making that, I'm gonna stay home. I would have much rather, you know, if I'm not making that, if I'm not doing this retouch for $125, like I will stay home and work on my business, or I will stay home and sleep in, hang out with my kids. I'll do anything else, but this is what I make per hour. And so here's the thing. Here's why it is so important that you don't discount. Because I want to choose where I am charitable and where I give. So I have a completely agree. Yes, Nicole, yes. So here's the thing, you guys. There's this mental health organization that completely fucking changed my life. A few years ago, or longer than that, but when I was going through my divorce, it was the hardest, worst, lowest point of my life. And if not for this place, I would not be the person I am today. I'm like getting emotional, I'm gonna cry. I would not be who I am today. I don't know if I would have made it through that time. And at that time, I did not have the money to pay for it. My in-laws at the time paid for my therapy. And I would have not had access to that if someone hadn't been willing to help me. And so 10% of everything that comes in the door, I donate to that place to help people who need that, because it saved my fucking life, and it's the only reason that I'm the person that I am today. That being said, that is what my job is. My job is not a charity. My job allows me to be able to donate to that place that is so fucking near and dear to my heart. And if I were discounting every Tom, Dick, and Harry that asked me for it, I wouldn't be able to do that. And that's what's fucking important to me. I love what I do, and I love hair, and I think it's important. It's so important what we do for women, build them up, self-esteem, the conversations we have. It's all amazing. At the end of the day, it's also a luxury, and it's my job. And I have to make the most I can at my job so that I can use that money to do good shit with it other places. And I choose not to be charitable in my job. My job is where I make fucking money. And then I choose what to do with that money. And so that's where I choose to be charitable, not my business. My working hours are there to make money, and I do not compromise on that ever. So, yeah, thank you. I did not expect to get so emotional, but that is why I'm so passionate. And not that, you know, you need to donate to an organization, but just to put that, like, I hope that puts that in perspective. It is so important that you make the most that you can at your job, because that then enables you to do good shit where you can. But you cannot do good shit if you aren't paying your bills. Like, you can't. Money is an amazing thing. Money is good. Money makes you more of what you already are. So like, if you have negative, you know, because some people have negative, we all have negative things surrounding money, but like, if you think rich people are bad, you will never let yourself become rich. But guess what? There are shitty poor people. Like, there are shitty, there are shitty poor people, there are shitty rich people, there are good poor people, there are good rich people. So if you view money as bad, you're never gonna let yourself have it. And guess what? Good-hearted people need to be the ones holding the money. Good-hearted people need to be the ones holding the money. So you need to deal with whatever shit you have surrounding money, whatever negative shit you have surrounding it, so that you can allow yourself to have it, so that you can hold your boundaries, so that you can decide, I'm worth this much, this is what I'm charging. And then guess what? Your bills are paid, you're happy, and now you are doing good shit with your money. You're helping people who need it. You are donating to mental health organizations. You are, whatever it is that's near and dear to your heart, you are helping your neighbor next door who can't make rent. Whatever it is, like, being stuck in poverty is not allowing yourself to make the money, charge the prices, say no to people who don't want to pay it. Like, Money makes you more of what you already are. Money gives you more resources to do the things you would do with it. So yes, if you're a bad, shitty person, making more money will allow you to do more shitty things because you'll have access to more resources, sure. But if you are a good person, money will allow you to do bigger, better things, make bigger, better impacts, which is why it is so, to bring it back home, so fucking important that you do not compromise on your prices, because you deserve to earn a decent living. You deserve to love your life. You are worthy of enjoying your life. You are worthy of working on clients you enjoy. You are worthy of being respected in every area of your life. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of all of that. And as long as you are accepting less, that is what you're going to attract. So you have to start saying no. Set your boundaries. Turn off your social media notifications. Like, my social notifications are never on. Ever. And the only time I go into it is when I am in the mindset for it. But it is not constantly assaulting my energy with notifications, completely throwing off my day every time I get a Facebook message or a Facebook notification. Get a second phone and turn off your clients at the end of the day if you can. If not, put on Do Not Disturb and make an exception for the people you want to hear from. And at the end of the day, like, just know that you're fucking worth it, you guys. You are worth it. Like, you do not have to be held hostage to your clients. You do not have to say yes to things you don't want to say yes to. And you do not have to discount. For every client that walks out of the door, for you holding your own boundaries and you respecting yourself, there's going to be 2 more coming back in that are fucking amazing. So, like, you have to know that you are worthy of enjoying your life. You really, really, really are. Assaulting my energy. Yeah, it truly is. Like, so everything I make it so I am in control of. Like, notifications of everything are off. Notifications for emails, notifications for all social media. Literally, my notifications are permanently off. And the only reason they're not off on my phone is because I have a second work phone that I literally turn on and off for hair clients. And I check it every day. Well, I check it on every day except Thursday and Sunday. So you know what? If you happen to text me right after I turn it off for the day, okay, I'll probably get back to you in less than 24 hours. If it happens to be a Wednesday night when you message me, then I'll get back to you Friday morning. Like, none of these are emergencies. None of these are hair emergencies, but guess what? It allows me to go into every single business transaction and conversation on my own terms. It's never coming at me when I'm not expecting it. It's never throwing me off, because I only enter into those things when I want to. So, and how much time, like, you will be so much more efficient if you start implementing those things that I'm talking about right now, because when you do sit down to do it, it will be, you're getting it all down in one fell swoop, right? Like, you're answering all the emails, you're answering all the texts, you're returning the phone calls, you're doing it and it's done. Versus it just, if you stop and do it every time someone messages you, that's taking 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and it's not efficient. And you're losing so much time in your day, and then it's always on your mind, and you never have a moment's peace, right? Like, you never feel like you truly get a day off. So give yourself that permission to not always be available, guys. Clients will make it work. They will wait 24 hours to book an appointment with you. I promise, I promise, I promise. They are not going to move on to the next hairdresser down the list if they don't hear back from you until tomorrow. Like, that's not going to happen. If you've already set that expectation that you do respond right away, then I would just start responding with your message was received and I will get back with you during business hours. And then just let it be at that. And then that way you're resetting those social contracts with them. You are because all of these things can change. So many of my clients I've had with me from the very beginning when I was charging a quarter of what I'm charging now, literally. And through every phase of me changing as a person, they've adapted, and it's cool and it's amazing. And some people have shipped out. Some of them have stayed with me, and the ones that have stayed with me are fucking amazing. So, you can rewrite social contracts at any point. And one more thing, I just spent 3 hours with messages getting completely caught up. Oh, I'm so glad you did that, Nicole. She completely disconnected for vacation. And yeah, so that's the thing. Like, there are days where I will spend, Mondays and Wednesdays are my office hours, and I spend all day, like I spend all work day either on the phone or on the computer doing shit on my business. Yeah, doing shit on my business. Like, but that's because I set it up that way. And so I do the shit then, and I just go into that day knowing this is what it's going to be. And then when I'm done, I'm done. And so, yeah, like sometimes you just got to power through, but again, it's on your terms. It's when you schedule it, and it's not just all the time forever. And one more thing that I want to touch on, which this will just be quick, but you guys, you tell the clients what it's going to take to achieve their goals. They don't get to come in and say, I have this much money, I want this look, make it happen. No, like I see so many questions in the forums, like, what would you do to achieve this? Client doesn't want to pay for this, client doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Like, client doesn't get that choice, period. If you want the look, this is what it takes. If you don't want to pay that, that's fine. You don't get the look. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is what it takes to get there. And I build everything in. I build in the bond builders. Like, you don't have a choice. I build in the haircut to first appointment. You don't get a choice. I build in all of the toners. You don't get a choice. Like, I'm done. We don't even talk about toners. That's just not even, no, everyone gets a toner. And deep conditioning treatment. Everyone gets one afterwards. It's not a question. Because if you want that look, and you want your hair to be healthy, which I'm assuming you do because this girl has beautiful fucking hair in this photo you showed me, this is what it takes to get that. And even if you don't care if your hair is trash, I do, and I'm not going to do it. So you guys just have to be okay with the no. People will make things work. People will make things work. People will make things work. You just have to stop bending, and you will be shocked at what people will make work when you stop caving into their bullshit. That's what it is. It's all just bullshit, right? Now I'm done for a while. Yeah, Nicole, give yourself a break. Your mind and eyes need a break after that for sure. So that's pretty much it. If I'll hang out for another minute or two in case anyone has any questions or comments, but I hope you take away from this that you deserve to enjoy your life, and you are worthy of people that respect you, and you don't have to settle for less. You're not hostage to anything. Like, stop settling for less and you will receive better. I promise. Like, it will happen. So I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you tell someone no today, and yeah, tell them no with confidence. Nope. Okay, I said I was done. I'm not. One more thing. It's okay. Like, it's okay to say no and not say sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm never sorry. Like, I mean, if I do something to be an asshole, I'm sorry. But with my clients, like, that's never the case. So I never apologize. No, I'm not sorry for enforcing my cancellation policy. I'm not sorry. Like, not unfortunately either. No, I never say, like, unfortunately. It's not unfortunately. This is a business. This is how it's run. I'm not sorry. Do you want it or not? No? Cool. Awesome. Great. I'm always here if you change your mind. Like, it's no big deal. But we put so much pressure on, oh my God, we can't hear no and nobody can be mad at us. We have to people please everyone. Like, no, absolutely not. You get to say no, and you get to not be sorry about it. You get to say no and feel fucking good about it, because you are honoring yourself, and showing up for yourself is the most important thing. More than anyone else, you show up for yourself. You fucking people please yourself. You want to be a people pleaser, like, show up for yourself in that way, the way you do for other people. Holy fuck, your whole life will change. Your whole life will change. So, Nicole, I think you are wonderful too. Thank you so much for joining and hanging out. And anyone watching the replay, let me know what you think. Leave any questions or comments in the comments, and I will be back to check in later. All right, have an amazing Monday. Bye.